Hello everybody, welcome to Butterbox Farm. We've nearly finished lambing here, had a busy Easter. We just got these few left. We started with 240 and we're down to just this handful. This is where the big pregnant ladies are before they have their lambs. This is a particularly friendly one, who I'm keeping with me with the aid of a few treats. Anyway, this is where they lamb. So they'll usually form a little nest and they'll start talking to their babies even though they're inside their stomach. It's a completely different language. It's not a bar, it's a mutter. So they'll have their lambs here. When everything's all okay, they then disappear and we'll take you that way if we can. To the other part of the shed, into their individual pens, where they spend about usually 1.5 to 2 days in these little pens. Here's some that are a day old. These are an unusual breed. These are Black Welsh Mountain. Rather pretty, I think you'll agree. They stay in these pens so we can make sure that Mum is rearing them properly, that the lambs are finding their milk, that there's no problems, and that they can form a really strong family bond. It's only a short while. They get their hay, their food, their water, everything in these pens. Everybody's happy. While they're here, they get their ear tags put in, because they have to have that by law. And then they get the numbers sprayed on them, as you can see by some of these. And then at about 1.5 to 2 days old, they end up coming into one of these turnout pens. And Abby here has conveniently managed to catch a lamb for us. This lamb is probably 2 days old, I would suggest. There's Mum, is rather anxious. Shows you how good a bond she's got. She'd like to have a lamb back, I think, Abby. There you go. Off we go. But here we can check that all the ewes can find their lambs. Everybody's still getting milk, and they're really strong before they're ready to go out to the field. And that's really essentially the very basics of the system. There are always a few spare lambs. Now these spare lambs are not orphan lambs. They're purely where they're born as a triplet or a quad, and Mum just can't cope. She hasn't got enough milk for them. So nice people like John love to take some of these lambs, and John especially, because it does a lot of good for a lot of kids. And we'll show you where these little, we call them sock lambs, where these little sock lambs come. Before they disappear to the likes of John, and here are little sock lambs. And they feed from a bottle, and some of the older ones feed from a bucket. As you can see, it's nearly food time, and they are hungry. Bless them. So if you take notice of all these faces here, some of them you might even see at Woodside if you're lucky. Enjoy them. Bye for now.